This is Alternative Political Analysis, and this video will be on the real minimum wage compared to total productivity in the US economy. Now, when Lyndon Baines Johnson leaves office, it is pretty much the real minimum wage is pretty much neck and neck with economic productivity in the United States in 1968, and the real minimum wage was $9.58 in 2014 dollars. Now, when Nixon gets in, you can see the lines diverge and the gap grows. And when Ford gets in and when Carter gets in, you can see the real minimum wage goes up and the gap starts to close with productivity. That is until Reagan gets in, and you can see the lines diverge massively, and the gap between the real minimum wage and economic productivity grows. And you can see it close when Bush gets into the office, and you can see it close when Clinton is in office, but there's still quite a substantial gap, and then lines diverge and grow, and the gap between the real minimum wage and US economic productivity grows on George Walker Bush's early administration, but towards the end of that administration and the start of Barack Obama's administration, the real minimum wage starts to grow. This is after Bush's last minimum wage raise, and the gap starts to close a little, but there is still a massive gap between the real minimum wage and economic output of the United States. And it was massive at one point, where the real minimum wage was $7.25 under Obama, but the productivity was $18.42 per person. And in 2014, the real minimum wage was £9 or $9.48, 10 cents less than it was in 1968. And if it had kept up with productivity, it would have been $19.43. So that's $9.95 of difference an hour. And the source for this information is a study by the Economic Policy Institute, and the source for the graphic is Russia Today's The Big Picture. And I would check out the Alternative Political Analysis blog, Facebook and YouTube channel, and I would highly recommend that you watch other videos.